What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B with this week's haul video. I'm going microphoneless today because my phone is low on battery and I gotta have it, and I got it charging, so I'm occupying my microphone plug. So pardon me for the low quality audio. I know it wasn't the greatest anyway, but anyway, hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. Me and Amy had a pretty good one. We decided we were going to get up, and rather than do dinner, traditional dinner, we decided we were going to get up early and go to breakfast because both her and I love breakfast food. And we hadn't got to go because we both work nights, so we generally sleep until almost noon every day, and we miss out on all the breakfast stuff. So I ended up getting off work 7 o'clock in the morning, coming home, waking her up, and we went to breakfast. And went from breakfast, we went to a vintage stock, which if you don't have a vintage stock in your area, it's kind of a music / movie media kind of store. I don't know if you have anything like it. They have a few comic books, but not many. They're phasing them out, I think. But they carry like Funko Pops and anime shit and DVDs and records and CDs and stuff like that. Went there and shopped around, bought a couple new movies for our collection there, and then went grocery shopping and came home and decided we were going to watch movies. So basically, I had woke up at Friday night at about 7:30 and didn't go to bed until Saturday night about 10 o'clock. So I was up for about 27 hours straight with no help. Okay, maybe a 7 brew coffee. I don't know if you have those, like a Starbucks. But anyway, it was good. We watched a couple good movies, before I had to tap out and call it a night. So, and I was just exhausted. And then still only slept 6 hours. But anyway, what's in the news today? Well, first of all, legendary actor Robert Duvall passed away today at 95 years old. That's another big loss. He was an iconic actor. Sad to see him go. It seems like it goes in threes, and here we lost another one. So, yeah, tragic end, man. I hate that. Oh, and also, Michael Jordan's car that he owns won the Daytona 500, and he celebrated by apparently pinching some little boy's butt a couple of times and rubbing his leg, and they got it on video. And oh my God, it is the next flavor of the week to be outraged about. I don't think, I'm positive it was not intended to be sexual in nature. He was just goofing with the boy. The boy was the driver's son. They were good friends. They know each other. I honestly don't think that he was doing it for any other reason other than being playful and teasing him and picking on him. But of course, everybody's blowing up with the Epstein shit that's going on. You can't even glance at a child anymore before people throw those red flags on it. I don't think anyone thinks that Michael Jordan is abuses children. I don't think that's a thing, but I ain't gonna show the video on here because I think it's just stupidity. It's just dumb stuff. Selective outrage again. But whenever you're on top of the mountain, it seems like everybody's job is to knock you down. So, anyway, I don't know what to think about it. Was it giving the state of the country these days and how touchy people are? No pun intended. But probably not the smartest thing to do, because it doesn't take much to push these radicals over the edge, and they start hollering and hooping about everything. But who knows? But at any rate, only got a couple of comics today to show off. Monday today being President's Day. Of course, the mail doesn't run because they get every holiday known under the sun off. So President's Day, they got it off. So no mail today, which is unfortunate because I had a book I really wanted to show, but it'll just have to wait till next week. But I do have some cool books I want to show, and I did also get me some more some more Silver Age goodness I can show you, plus another surprise mystery bag, I should say, blind bag. Yeah, you know I'm gonna open it. But anyway, let's get into it. First off, another full facsimile for the collection, The Punisher #1 full facsimile, and this is the first solo mini-series of The Punisher. So I'm not a big fan of that cover, to be honest with you. I'm really not, and I almost didn't get it because I didn't really care for it that much. But I was like, I'm a completist. I got to get them. And it was a short day, or a light day at Midtown. And next up, we've got Superman #423. Oh man almighty. Which one was this one? I can't remember what the key was for this. Why it was a key. I didn't put my notes on the back. I'm bad about that. But Superman 423. But Alan Moore, Kurt Swan, George Perez. Full facsimile. Oh, it's going to come to me. It's going to come to me what it was. No clues on the front. I'm not sure. I'll stick it right up. I'll look it up and put it in post production and put it up there for you. But still, cool book. And next, I picked this up, and I don't know why. I really don't, because this is Bug Wars, the Spider Witch special. I honestly don't know why I picked it up. Like I said, it was a light day, but it sounded interesting. And the new Bug Wars series is kind of blowing up a little bit, and so people are paying for these back issues of this one. So we'll see what it is. But we got the Not Safe for Work XXX Spider Sex Not Safe for Work variant. You know you want it because you're a sick bastard. I guess I'm a sick bastard. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just a black. Yeah, it's just a black cover that's slid over the top of it. We're gonna see how bad it is. I have not found anything that actually gives me any indication of what it is. It may be Image just trolling us. Might not be that bad. Boy, these scissors are dull as hell. But anyway, we're going to show it off. I'm not scared. I'm not monetized, so what are they going to do? Should we pose one for the thumbnail? As Miss Rude Planet, he used to do that. Whenever I pose for the thumbnail like that, it never gives me the option to use it as a thumbnail. But at any rate, trying to just get the cover. There we go. All right. So how bad can it be? It's not that bad. He had some boobies. But the artwork is pretty sick on it, though, I will say. But I wouldn't call it XXX. I would call it maybe, PG-13 at best. But the artwork in this book looks pretty interesting, though, and the story sounds pretty interesting. So I don't know, but I didn't leave it in the poly bag. But I don't think that the artwork in it is explicit, really. I don't see anything that looks explicit, but actually the cover art's more intriguing than the interior. But anyway, we'll give it a read, see if it's worth looking at. I can't believe, speaking of comics blowing up, my God, Dork #1. Really? I mean, everybody has shut up about Absolute Batman, and now they're after Dork #1. I didn't get Dork #1, mainly because it didn't seem like anything that interested me. So maybe y'all picked it up. There's some rumor floating around that, it may be market manipulation that's got that blowing up so high. So I don't know. But I know I belong to a Facebook group, a comic book group, and everybody's talking about it. Oh my God, oh, it's so good, so good. At any rate, we'll put it in its bag, put it back in its protective. Watch out, cartoon boobies ahead. I don't know why I did that. It came in a bag and a board. I put a new bag and a board in it. This one's fine. I'll use it for another one. Probably this one, because this one's pretty nasty. But anyway, last but not least, my Silver Age goodness is a Detective Comics number 360. Not a key issue of any kind, but Infantino cover, which is another one I like. This one's a little lower grade, but to get what you want, to get these covers in a high grade is really expensive, so I have to do what I can. But yeah, Carmine Infantino and Gila, I guess. Here, you can read it for yourself. Gila. But love the cover, love the artwork. I'm starting to really get into the Neil Adams, Infantino, and artwork like that, Nick Cardy and stuff that kind of depict these covers as a little darker than what you're used to seeing. So I'm kind of digging that. I kind of got roasted for posting the Batman cover, the last week's Batman cover that showed Robin like as if he were hanging, as if he had hung himself. And again, people in the comic book, well, I say people. Let's be honest, it was not people. It was one person in the group that kind of chastised me for saying, boy, that cover's awful rough, man. I don't know. I don't care what era that is. Depicting suicide is not cool. And I'm like, I beg to differ. I thought it was a pretty cool cover. And I think most people would agree. But I love those controversial type covers like that, is because you can't get them anymore. They wouldn't dare do that again. People are too soft now. You can't get away with that stuff anymore. So, going back and collecting these, I don't know why I got tape either. Resealable bag. Now, I don't know what y'all think about resealable bags. Everybody seems to have a different opinion, and a lot of them hate them, and I don't know why there's so much hate on them, because they work really good. I mean, and not only that, but it takes away that risk of tape pulls when you try to take the book out. But there we go. We got it in a new clean bag and board. These are nasty, kind of yellow. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in colors here. Yellow dingy board, yellow dingy bag with part of a sticker on it. We got into a little discussion in that Facebook group about one of the local flea markets in here posted in our local Facebook group for our town and said they had comic books, and they said all are professionally bagged and boarded. And I just got a chuckle out of that because I'm like, well, I wanted to comment, but I didn't. I try to support local businesses, so I didn't want to embarrass him or shame him or anything. But I'm sitting there. I posted it in the Facebook group because nobody. I live in such a small town. Nobody's in that Facebook group's ever heard of it. Will ever go there, and they're certainly not a part of it. But I was like, gee, I really want to know who his bag and board specialist is. And then I got roasted in that for that comment. And everybody, technically, if you get paid, if you're on the clock while you're bagging and boarding, you're a professional bag and boarder. And I'm going, I said a couple of things. Number one, they bought that from somebody who incidentally dumped a whole bunch of dollar bin crap on them. So I hope they didn't pay much for them. But they dumped a bunch of Valiant, Defiant. Remember that brand? Warriors of Plasm. And some Malibu comic stuff that are all nothing in there worth more than $1. And they were in bags that made this one look like some Mylar. The bags of boards, they're in nasty bags of boards. I certainly wouldn't advertise professionally bagged and boarded with the look of those things. They were terrible. But anyway, I kind of got roasted about that, and I tell you, people are just so thin-skinned lately. And I posted it as for humor purposes. I wasn't picking on the guy. I just thought it was funny. Professionally bagged and boarded. It's like, well, I would argue that they were nothing. This was not professionally bagged and boarded. No professional bag and boarder or collector would be caught dead. Look at how dingy and dirty that bag is. Can you see that? Look at that. Well, that didn't help. But yeah, no professional, no real collector, I would say, would really sell a book in a nasty, ugly bag like that. But you get it all the time on eBay. Even from people who are collectors, they're like, well, I'm not putting a clean bag on it. It adds cost. And I guess I get it. It's not that big a deal. But anyway, next week, well, not next week, this week, later on this week, maybe even tomorrow, I'll get it tomorrow. But I'm on my quest to see if mystery boxes are dead. I'm diving into the deep end on this one. I have bought, no we's here. I bought a mystery box from Etsy, which is a shop, which is a app that I typically don't buy. I class it just barely above like Temu and Wish and AliExpress and stuff like that. But I thought, it's drying up. The community mystery boxes are drying up. So I bought a box from someone who had one sale and zero feedback from Etsy. My thought is that maybe this guy's got something to prove. If he wants business, if he's trying to get business in there, maybe he'll put out a decent mystery box. Or he might send me, as Wink Ink once said, a box of turds. So we'll find out, but make sure you tune in. Probably, as I said, probably tomorrow. I may go ahead and do that tomorrow. It's in my hometown now. It just won't come to my door because of President's Day. And then we'll have some books for next Monday coming in. Some more Silver Age goodness. I'm chasing them, man. But so be sure to tune in tomorrow. Catch the mystery box unboxing. But that is going to do it for this week and this week's haul. Before you go, do all those YouTube things. Love for you to do. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
you.